Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we'll be talking about Mark Occhilupo, as everyone knows him by Occy, versus my surfing. If you're new to the show, essentially what I've done over the past 2 years is open sourced my surf progression to the world. And I started when I really sucked at surfing, foam board, 8-foot foam board, and I've progressed up until today. So one of the ways I've done this is by comparing my surfing to some of the best surfers in the world. Today we're going to take a look at Occy Surfing and compare that to my surfing, particularly his frontside and his cutback ability. He dropped a surf film in collaboration with Billabong where he surfed Cloudbreak as well as Bell's Beach. As always, if you receive any value from these videos, please make sure to hit the like and subscription button. It goes a long way and helps me out. And it's pretty cool to see that we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which would be a cool milestone for me. Anyway, let's get to it. Here we go. So this is Occy surfing Cloudbreak, maybe 6 months ago. So I think it's really cool to take a look at some of his turns and his surfing style, even as he's an older guy. Obviously, it's not him in his pro days, but for people like you and me, average surfers, it's so good to take a look at this style and really be able to learn a lot from it. Because as he does get older, obviously, he can't afford to have any wasted movements. And when he wants to perform a turn, he does it in a very efficient way, which is something that I'm definitely working on. Massive cutback there. So we're going to take a look at that one and compare it to my cutback. We actually approach this wave actually kind of similarly, as you'll see in a bit. So that was some of Occy surfing. Now we're going to take a look at mine. This was recorded just a few weeks ago down here in Nicaragua. Just 2 waves from the session here. So before we get to the side-by-side comparison, something that I want you guys to pay attention to right off the bat. What Occy did a great job of is he sort of had these hedge trimmers where his arms were out in front of him and he would use them to guide him in his turns. And look at sort of this turn here. This is really just a top turn here. When I had good bottom turn momentum to really build it up. However, I kind of just stop and pause at the top and then let momentum carry me back down. We take a look at one of Occy's turns, similar, where he cues up. Look at how he's able to bring that shoulder back over. So when the wave is really steep and you're approaching the turn in more of a way of like hitting the lip, not a cutback, so a solid like vertical turn, we'll call it, that's when it's important to bring that back arm around and through. As you can see, he does a great job of that. So very similar turn, right? And he uses that left arm, brings all that body forward and drives the board snapping around like that. Beautiful. So we're gonna compare that to this first turn here. You see my back shoulder? I don't really drive through. I kind of stop, right? And sort of just like hit the brakes there. Don't really fully drive through. And for this reason, my board is sort of angled around like this and I lose some momentum, not really being able to stick on that white water and generate speed for my next turn. And next we're gonna look at the side-by-side. All right, here we go. So this is for a cutback. This is the biggest difference I saw. All right. Our top turns are actually, in a way, similar. I mean, obviously, he's a pro surfer, and I've pretty much only been surfing for 2 years. So, yeah, his top turns are a bit more put together, but a bit better. But the biggest difference I saw in watching myself versus Occy is this cutback here. Take a look at what he does again with that left arm. So this is for goofy footers on the front side. That left arm on a cutback. You perform a cutback on a less steep part of the wave. It's sort of when you're racing out to the shoulder and you want to cut back to bring it back to the whitewater in order to regain speed. Remember, the first top turn was on a more steep part of the wave. That's just a classic top turn. You hit the top, come back down. But a cutback, we're on the shoulder of the wave and you want to race out sort of like an S, draw it back. Pay attention to his left arm here. He drops his left arm in the water. As he wants to do the turn, boom, 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 he drops that left arm in the water and presses that back leg on the tail pad and sort of bends it and pushes it into the water. This is almost like smashing on the brakes while turning, right? So he's smashing on the brakes and he's turning. Now, take a look at my cutback here. My left arm, I approach the cutback as if I'm doing a regular top turn. This is actually like a crazy breakthrough for me. I didn't know this before recording this video. This left arm, as I do the cutback, I need to bring that weight, because there's so much weight in our arms, right? I need to bring that weight back to where Occy has it, behind him. And that would be essentially commanding my board to smash the brakes and turn. As we play it through, you'll see, look at this angle of his cutback, just this like super sharp, acute angle here, while I got this big loopy S. And additionally, look at the weight. I have weight essentially coming off my front foot and I'm super wobbly on it. If I were to get my back hand back down on the water, this would be able to bring the rest of my body down to put weight on that front foot and be able to continue to drive into the wave. So what he does a good job of is, he does that cutback, brings himself back up into the white water, and he's able to take it. As you'll see, my cutback here isn't sharp enough. So while I should be going around here and back into the white water, somewhere up here, I kind of drag myself down and then I'm positioned at the bottom of the wave. There's no potential energy there, so you can't really cue up your next turn. Let's go back to the uncut version of this one and you'll see right here, on this completely lose my balance, while a good cutback here, I would snap back into the white water up at the top of the wave, right? So we would want to cut back into this part of the wave. However, I'm not able to do that and I get sort of sucked down into the white water. And this is a really bad part of the wave to be in because I'm low and I have no potential energy. I essentially just need to wait for the white water to push me. And I was lucky enough to recover here and then be able to hit the end section. However, that's the biggest takeaway from watching this video analysis, average surfer versus Occy. It's that cutback. So when next time I do a cutback, what I'm going to be thinking of is bringing that back hand low to the ground. The intention will be to put it in the water and then bring the rest of my body around. Remember, the cutback is different from a regular topside turn. You do a regular topside turn on a steep wave, when the wave is very steep and it's more of a lip hit, and then you come back down and keep generating speed. That one, we bring the shoulder forward around like this. In a cutback, when we're trying to essentially smash the brakes and get back to the white water, we smash the brakes by putting weight with our left hand back in the water, back on our back foot, and then we spin it around. Thanks for watching another episode of Pat vs. Pros. If you liked this episode, if you got any value, please make sure to hit the like and subscription button. It goes a long way and helped me out. And we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so that would be a sick milestone if you guys help me get there. And I'll keep putting out these fire videos. So thank you all, and I will see you next time.